By using this seed we can see right here, we're going to get ourselves an incredibly insane spawn in this one world. Because when we load in, we can see we are right underwater, meaning the world is literally trying to kill you the second you load into the world. And the reason you are inside this water is because you spawn right in the middle of some huge savanna and desert plateaus all around the place, meaning getting yourself out of here is not quite going to be as easy as you might think, especially considering the fact that there's so many dark spaces and so many mobs around the place trying to kill you the second you actually spawn in the world. So immediately, straight off the bat, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some incredible problems, but something that might help you out is this one room portal we can see right here with almost an entire completed portal minus a couple pieces of obsidian, which right inside this one chest, we saw 2 pieces of obsidian. Literally 2 pieces of obsidian straight off the bat, meaning if you break that crying obsidian, you are immediately sent straight into the nether. And you know this spot is pretty insane too, because if we actually head over here, then we're actually going to see something pretty wild. Not too uncommon, but still pretty wild. Because we spawn right inside of a basalt delta, which honestly might not be the best of spawns, but something that's actually kind of interesting is just how narrow and how small these caves actually are, and how close you are to actually getting yourself out of that basalt delta and inside of a soul sand valley, which, you know, some people might see it as a another hindrance biome or something like that, but at the very least, it's not a basalt delta as far as the eye could see. But something that is as far as the eye could see is nothing but mountains and plateaus and just huge hilly areas around the entire vicinity of spawn. Seriously, you can go quite a number of hundreds of blocks off in pretty much any direction off in this area, and you're going to find some amount of these wild, insane hills we can see right here with some pretty interesting things on top of it, such as this desert well up here, or such as off in this direction for a little bit, we'll see some incredibly tall desert mountains, which I believe are thanks to some savanna plateaus actually helping lifting them up a little bit. As we can see right here, there's just enough savanna plateau that's just about spawning just around him, just to give it just that little bit more boost. Simply put, even going a good few hundreds of blocks away from spawn, you're still going to find some immense, insane, and crazy types of generation. But there's still a lot of crazy generation around the vicinity of spawn, such as a mango tree. How high is that? 160, 170, or something like that? Mango tree shouldn't be able to generate this high. Like, put it simply, mango trees shouldn't be like almost right at cloud level. They shouldn't be generating all the way up here. And something else that shouldn't be happening is a desert temple in the middle of the ocean. Like, seriously, you might expect like these things to be like deserts or something like that. Well, I'm not seeing any cactuses around here. All I'm seeing is beaches. All I'm seeing is beaches around here. The closest desert, apart from that big one we can see over there, I guess is just off in this vicinity over here, because just over here we have just a single cactus, which, you know, let's be honest, this is still a beach. This is still a beach, but there's just a tiny sliver of desert, which is still about 70 or so blocks away from that temple. So even with that, this desert temple is pretty much generating on its own. Things we find on this seed and the things we find like in the vicinity of spawn is just, it's utterly bonkers. It's utterly insane. Like, seriously, how often do you see that happening at spawn? How often do you see those types of trees generating that high? How often do you see the world literally trying to kill you the second you spawn in the world? I'm sure we've seen all of these at some point, but to see them all in just one seed, literally within view distance from where you generate inside the world, is insane. To put it simply, it's insane. And speaking of insanity, this video must come to an end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.